trapping. Trap, you can get them on your asking. A million chickens, you can get them whichever way nigga trap turns Zaxby. I beat the pot with a passion. Beat it 100 acres on the mansion.
Alright y'all, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you guys how you guys can lock up any archetype on any archetype without being a lockdown, of course. But basically I'm going to be providing you guys a couple tips. The gameplay will be unrelated, it's just going to be background gameplay. I'll just be telling you guys some tips that you guys need to do to lock up. So I'm going to tell you about how to lock up any archetype on what's it called, on takeover, or on just like they're normally killing you. It's gonna involve probably your teammates too. So if you're not playing with good people, you're not gonna be able to lock people up, depending if somebody's all ISOing. So the first archetype is probably like the hardest to guard, or one of the hardest to guard, is the shot creator. The shot creator. So how you're gonna lock this archetype up is mainly they usually go by pure shot creators, so they usually have the same set of moves. So if you could spot them bursting out of either a pullback, or they pull back and then they try to go the other directions, if you cut them off, is basically all you have to do is turbo to their direction. You just let go of your L2 and you should be able to cut them off, and they'll get stuck in an animation, and then that's when you reach and you'll get a lockdown type steal. And that's basically what I do against my friend who plays pure shot creator. He has like the two same moves where he does the pullback and then he'll just shoot a standing shot, or he'll do the crossover where he goes to the other direction and then he'll just end up shooting a fade. From there, all you need to do when you're playing shot creator on twos is using screens who's not speed boosting. All you really have to do is play sides, because when they get beat by the screen, your teammate's gonna be there just to contest. You don't even have to put a jump contest like you would have to with like a zigzagging stretch. Basically that's all you have to do with the shot creator. If you can't guard those two moves, you gotta like just really just practice playing the cutoff. Maybe try playing against your friends in a 1v1 or something. But speed boosting shot creators, or any speed boosting build, you're basically gonna watch the two same set of moves. The most common moves used in gameplay today are going to be the momentum behind the back, the momentum itself, and the rhythm dribble. Play sharps, they use the rhythm dribble a lot, so if you see them doing maybe like a common one is a Kemba Walker, they'll do the crossover under the legs and then they'll just speed boost right past you. All you have to do there is same thing as earlier when the shot creator did like a pullback or something. All you have to do is turbo to the side that they're going. If they are a good player, they're probably gonna like do a hop step, but then that's really rare, concerning most of the people on this game are like have the same set of moves. But yeah, basically you're just gonna want to watch the rhythm dribble. Momentum, that's easy to spot. Momentum behind the back, once they do that momentum, you're just gonna want to play the other hand that the ball doesn't have, and they won't be able to do the momentum. But then if they're spamming ankle breakers, all you gotta do is hold your circle, and then you won't get broke. When to spot an ankle breaker, the pullback, you'll just see somebody turboing, and then if you see them suddenly stop, that's when you're gonna want to do it. Maybe like right there on the screen, that's like the time they'll come up and then they'll do it. Like when you see a lot of space but how to prevent it in the first place, you're just gonna want to play tight. But if you're not like giving them too much space and they're like maybe a play slasher and you don't want to like guard them super tight, you're gonna just want to play the cutoff on the behind the back. So if somebody's momentuming to the right hand, you're just gonna want to play the other side, which is the left side. So you're just gonna want to play them tighter once they're about to do that second animation, and then they should be able to lose their ball control stats, and then they will basically be more vulnerable to a steal. So that's how you guard a playmaking build. The other speed boosting moves nobody uses are size ups, like crossover and leg size ups. Those take way too long, so nobody really uses them. And like compared to like a rhythm dribble is way easier to score with, cause you're just flicking up. So basically, when you just see anybody do a set of quick fast dribble moves, you're just gonna wanna watch which side they burst out of and R2 to that side, and then click square, and you should get the steal. Yeah, the main one I said to look out for on speed boosting builds is the Kemba Walker, where they do the under the legs, behind the back, or under the high legs crossover. And the next build I'll be talking about to lock up is a slasher. So slashers, they don't really have much moves they could use against a person. So as a slasher, you're really just gonna want to be playing down, not too far down, because like they could bang open shots. Any archetype could hit open shots on this game now. I don't know why, but that's really just how it works this here. As far as screens go, you literally just have to go under every time, and then they should be able to be stopped. But once they stop getting bailouts, all you're gonna want to do is play hands up, and then you should eventually be able to contest them. But if they're smart enough to wait and let you jump, you just have to read that. So if you're not like one of those people who like don't know how to read a player if they're doing the same thing on you, you're gonna have to like know when to jump. Like if you're trailing against somebody and they're like a whole bum, you don't want to jump every time, because a lot of the times they just they'll think you jump every time. And as far as post scores go, as a center, the post spin is when you're gonna want to put your hands up off of the L2. When you see somebody doing a post spin, drop steps, once you see them going to the animation, you can't really do much, because post scores get really good animations. So the best thing you could do as a center who's guarding a post scorer, or if you're guarding a post scorer in general, is to just what's it called?
Right, 2 for 7. That's so
if you're a post scorer, I'm not post scorer. What am I saying? A center or somebody just guarding a post scorer. All you really gotta do is when they're doing a drop step or going to the animation, you gotta reach on that, because they're gonna get the elbow out animation, and you're not gonna be able to do anything because you're getting shoved. The only two animations you could probably stop is a hop step, the post hop shot, and the fadeaway is pretty deadly. I don't think you could stop that. There's nothing you could do when they do the shimmy off badge too. And probably the only other thing you could do is the what's it called? The hop step back. What you could do against that is once they're about to, well, because it's pretty slow, they're gonna just jump into a shot, and then you could literally just run up to them and contest because they have no more dribble. And then the hop shot, you just see them do a slow dribble, then they'll bounce out. Like some people think it's unpredictable because of the spin they do, but really all you have to do is see and look out for that slow dribble. And the last archetype is just the shooters, the zigzaggers, pure shooters, pure sharps, pure stretches. All you have to do against that, you do not want to be, if you see them going one way, do not R2. You're gonna want to be L2ing a lot, because they're not really fast unless you're like a midget sharp. Those are really rare, and those are really just to troll if you do make one. And the really only way to get open off of zigzagging is when the defender falls for like you doing a fake drive and then they roll back out to the 3. How you could avoid that, like I said, you really just have to not play the R2 stick a lot, because when you're turboing, you're losing a lot of momentum trying to catch up to the shot. And then off screens, you're gonna have to either switch off screens or play sides, because they're really deadly. Once they get that badge, that's when they're unstoppable. But the only way you can stop them is before they get the badge, so you just gotta stop them from getting the badge. Alright guys, that's gonna be it. But one more thing about the sharps, this is only gonna apply to 3s. When you see them do that behind the back or spam that under the legs, you guys are gonna have to play sides and just pick up once you see them do that behind the back, because that's always gonna be an open shot, because there's a lot of like space creating behind the backs for non-speed boosters. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video, and thanks for watching. I hope this helped.
Put my mind to this shit. Goddamn. Cancel out my ex, I put a line through that bitch. I like all my answers with 2 lines.